A very pleasant good morning and welcome to all of you here. I'm Dr. Richa Tiwari from University of Pondicherry in the Department of Politics and International Studies. It is my immense pleasure to take you through today's events. At the outset, can I request all of you to please rise for the national anthem, followed by Tamil Thai Varatha, and then the Pondicherry University anthem. Thank you.
வாழ்வினில் செம்மையை செய்பவள் நீயே, மாண்புகள் நீயே, என் தமிழ் தாயே, வீழ்வாறு வீழாது காப்பவள் நீயே, வீரனின் வீரமும் வெற்றியும் நீயே, தாண்டிடு நிலையினில் உனை விடுப்பேனோ, தமிழ் என் நாளும் தலை குனிவேனோ, சூழ்ந்தின்பம் நல்கிடும் பைந்தமிழன்னாய் தோன்றுடல் நீ உயிர் நான் மறப்பேனோ, செந்தமிழே உயிரே நருந்தேனே, செயலினை மூச்சினை உனக்களித்தேனே, நைந்தாயனில் நைந்து போகுமென் வாழ்வு, நன்னிலை உனக்கெனில் எனக்கும் தானே, முந்திய நாடினில் அறிவுமில்லாது மொய்த்தனன் மனிதராம் புதுப்புனல் மீது செந்தாமரை காடு பூத்தது போல செழித்த என் தமிழே ஒளியே வாழி, செழித்த என் தமிழே ஒளியே வாழி, செழித்த என் தமிழே ஒளியே வாழி.
தமசோமா ஜோதிர்கமய ஒளிபரவ புதுவை புதுவை புதுமையே போற்றுவோம், புதுவை பல்கலைக்கழகமே உனை வாழ்த்துவோம்,
வங்க கடலலை தாளாட்டும் ஞான சூரியன் உதிக்கும் இடம்,
இது எங்கள் புதுநெறி காட்டும் உலகம், எந்நாளும் அறிவு தேடல் தொடரும், அறிவூற்றை பொழியும் ஆசிரியர் அதில் தினமும் நனையும் மாணவர்கள்,
இதிலன்று புதுவை பல்கலைக்கழகம், அறிவின் தாகம் தனியும் சோலை, அகிலம் போற்றும் கல்வி சாலை, மனித வளமே என்று முயல புனித சேவை தொடருதே, பல்கலைக்கழகம் என்றும் வளர்ந்திட நாமும் வழிபடுவோம், கல்வி சேவைகள் யாவும் காலமும் தொடர்ந்திட நாடும் வேண்டிடுவோம், புதுவை புதுவை புதுமையே போற்றுவோம்,
புதுவை பல்கலைக்கழகமே உன்னை வாழ்த்துவோம்.
Thank you so much, everyone. It is our immense pleasure and honor to welcome our chief guest, Lieutenant General Tamilisai Soundararajan, and our respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Gurmeet Singh. The inauguration it is a very special day and special event for our university. The inauguration of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose Indoor Stadium at our very own dynamic and beautiful Pondicherry University. We would request our chief guest, Honorable Lieutenant Governor Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan, and our respected Vice Chancellor Professor Gurmeet Singh to kindly proceed for the lighting of Kutuvilla. I would like to begin by extending my heartfelt gratitude to our Chief Guest and our Chief Rector, Honorable Lieutenant Governor Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan, Revered Vice Chancellor Professor Gurmeet Singh, Respected Director, Studies, Educational Innovation and Rural Reconstruction, Professor S. Balakrishnan, Respected Officer on Special Duty, Culture and Cultural Relations, Professor Rajiv Jain, Respected Registrar, Professor Amaresh Samantarai, Financial Officer, Professor D. Lazar, Controller of Examinations, Sri Sadanand G. Swami, and our respected librarian, Dr. M. Vijay Kumar. Respected Deans, Head of Departments, Professors, Members of Staff, students, and dear friends, I thank all of you for gracing us with your presence. Now, I would like to request our Chief Guest and our Chief Rector, Honorable Lieutenant Governor, ma'am, to inaugurate the indoor stadium escorted by our Revered Vice Chancellor. Another spectacular part is the stadium being named after a great freedom fighter, Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. He needs no introduction. The contributions and sacrifices made by Netaji for our nation are exemplary and inspirational. The mere mention of his name infuses the mind and blood of the youth with courage and determination. A person who made his own path, an icon of the youth and a true legend, and whom we lovingly call Netaji. I would now like to call upon our Honorable Vice Chancellor to grace us with his thoughts on this occasion. Respected sir.
Good morning everybody. Namaskar and Vanakkam. We are delighted to have our very respected and dear Lieutenant Governor of our place, Madam Soundararajan, who is also the Chief Rector of our university, as you all know. And I have no hesitation in saying that whenever we have gone to her, I'm emphasizing whenever we have gone to her, she has always accepted our proposal with a smiling face. So when I went to her that we need to inaugurate this stadium for the benefit of everybody, she immediately agreed. And she said all she requires is just 2 days notice. So don't worry about any formalities. I am there all the time. And any other suggestion when we give regarding international conferences, symposiums, workshops, she feels so thrilled that she immediately gives her consent. And whenever anybody requests for the opening of these events, she's always there. When we were to have this youth festival, and when we informed our respected rector that this is what is going to be taking place on 12th January and it is going to be done by none other than Prime Minister Modi, she started taking very personal interest, and she ensured that every officer is working at full swing so that event becomes a grand success. Now, unfortunately, because of COVID, that mega event could not take place, but I can assure you the way we started preparing, had it taken place, it would have been one of the most thundering successes in the annals and history of Pondicherry. So such is the dynamic personality of our Lieutenant Governor, and in that same stride, this great indoor stadium that we have made in a very short time is being inaugurated by her. And as I said, the kind of dynamism which she reflects will also be reflected in our player once they start making use of it. The heartening feature was that when our deans and heads who are very much present here, when they had a look at it, they said, such a wonderful facility we are going to have. I think we'll start playing from this to this. And the best part was they started booking their slots, that this is going to be for dean, this is going to be for students. So the way this enthusiasm is getting generated here, I am sure we are in for a good sporting time for our university, not only for our university, for our country as well, because you all know that badminton is really taking a great shape in our country, starting from Nandu Natekar and then Prakash Padukone, and nowadays PV Sindhu and Saina Nehwal. They have taken badminton to a great height. And our students, when they were playing in the open ground here, I used to see them playing in the evening, and the way Pondicherry climate is, sometimes it will rain, sometimes it will become very windy, and they will hit the shuttlecock in the west direction and it will fly down to the east direction. So they were finding it difficult to practice and to play. So the little money that was given to us by UGC, we thought of what to do. Immediately the idea that came to our mind was that we can have a badminton stadium. Now there are a good number of 3 courts here. On the sides we have put basketball nets. There are 8 of those. Anyone who wishes to practice and to become a clearer shooter, these facilities will be available. And best part is, with badminton, side by side, even basketballers can also be practicing there. So it will set in a good, healthy tradition for our sporting players and for our sports department. Not only for that, I am sure our staff, teaching and non-teaching both, will make absolute use of this. And when I came here, they all said, sir, this is going to be there. There's going to be a heavy rush. I said, don't worry, we'll open it round the clock if there's a heavy rush. But start playing, that's the idea. And I'm sure our Lieutenant Governor also will encourage us that whenever any good tournament takes place, we will hold it here. And again, if she will be the one who will be inaugurating those tournaments. One, we are going to do it within a span of 2 months. So I'm so very grateful to you, madam, for sparing your valuable time here to inaugurate this stadium. Once it is inaugurated through your hands, I am sure it is in for a direction which will take all our good players to get motivated in the lines of what our great Sindhu and Nehwal have done it in this area. And not only this, even basketballers will also be motivated to do this. The question came, what name to be given to this? Initially we thought we will, the suggestions came that we will name after some great sporting personalities. Name of great Dhyan Chand came, great Milkha Singh came, Nandu Natekar, who started badminton in our country, his name came. But then I thought, and I did discuss with others, that one name who has not been given the due in the history of our country is that of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. He has done a great service to our country, and the real zeal with enthusiasm with which he motivated our freedom fighters to go, and he said, it is not, freedom is not given, it is snatched. That's the fresh blood that he had put into our freedom fighters. So I thought he is the right person, because the way he showed his zeal and enthusiasm, that is what is required for a sports person also. So ideally, his name should be given to this stadium, and we aptly named it as Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose indoor stadium of Pondicherry University, which I am sure will be a very thrilling experience for everybody. Many of you may not know, the first Independence Day flag was hoisted, you will be thinking 15th August 47. But in reality it is not that. It was Netaji who hoisted the first flag of independence way back in 1943 in Port Blair, in Gymkhana Club there. And that event we have started celebrating now. For the last 9 years at least I have been there to celebrate this event. So that such is the greatness of this person. So we decided to have this as Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose Stadium, which I am sure is going to be a very blessing experience for all of us. And these blessings will take us a long way in earning and winning many laurels in the area of our sports in the days and years to come. Thank you so very much, madam. I'm grateful to you for sparing your time. And I am also grateful to every member of our team. Two directors are here, registrar is here, engineer is here, our controller, our librarian, all our statutory officers, all deans, heads. They have all spared their time to be here with us at a very short notice, which is a very enthralling experience for every one of us. Thank you so very much. And I welcome all the police officers who also rose to the occasion, that in a span of less than 24 hours, everything was spruced up to the desired level. Thank you very much, everybody. And let's pray to the Almighty that this stadium becomes so useful that badminton and basketball takes a new height in our country in the years to come. Thank you very much, and God bless all of us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for this enriching speech. And I'm sure with your vision, Pondicherry University will progress in the right direction and make a mark worldwide. And your insights on Netaji was very, very inspiring. Now, I would like to move on and introduce our chief guest. And I hope, ma'am, I'm able to do justice to your introduction. Yes, ma'am. So, our chief guest, Dr. Soundararajan, is an inspiring personality. She hails from the beautiful coastal town of Kanyakumari. In the year 2019, she took charge as the governor of Telangana and also happens to be the first woman to hold this office. She assumed the charge of Lieutenant Governor Puducherry, our most favorite Puducherry, on 18 February 2021. Dr. Soundararajan has a remarkable public and social service background of over 20 years. She also has an illustrious political career and has successfully led the state unit of a political party with noteworthy accomplishments. Dr. Soundararajan started her career as a medical practitioner. After completing her MBBS, post-graduation in gynecology, she worked as an assistant professor in the Department of Gynecology at Sri Ram Chandra Medical College, Chennai. And from then on, full-time offered her services to the people of our country. Our honorable chief guest is also a proud recipient of an international award titled International Rising Star of the year 2018. It was awarded by Ethnic Advisory Task Force based in the United States of America. She is also the Vice President of Tamil Literary Forum and has published many literary and political articles in several Tamil and English magazines. She has authored many books relevant to contemporary politics and has also authored 2 books for medical science titled Guidelines to Sonology. She is a strong debater, orator, a devoted social service activist, and a prolific writer, a scholar and a content contributor with many literary organizations of social repute. I now take great pride in inviting Lieutenant Governor Dr. Tamilisai Sundarajan and request her to kindly address us. Ma'am, please.
A special good morning, I should say good afternoon, to each and everyone who are present here, and my respects to Professor Gurmeet Singh ji. Honorable Vice Chancellor, and who is the driving force behind this university, and particularly because I am attending the program after the pandemic situation, and first of all I thank the university for giving a place to treat the corona people, corona affected patients, and because of that we were very confident, even though we didn't use the space much, and very auspiciously when we opened that, inaugurated that space to rest the people affected by corona, the post treatment period, corona almost vanished from Puducherry. So I am very happy to note that you supported us, supported the government to combat the virus, and so I personally thank Professor Gurmeet Singh, the Vice Chancellor, and my respects to Professor Balakrishna, Director Studies, Education, Innovation and Rural Reconstruction, and Professor Rajiv Jain, Director, Culture and Cultural Relations, Professor Amresh, Registrar, Professor Lazar, and Shri Sadanand Swami, Controller of Exam, what is his name? Controller of Examination, Dr. Vijay Kumar, the librarian, deans, head of departments, faculty members, students, press friends, my security personnel, and all the education staffs, office staffs, and students, and each and everyone present here. A very special occasion. And first of all, I congratulate the Vice Chancellor, Professor Gurmeet Singh, for coining the name Subhas Chandra Bose for this auditorium. Because as a youngster, he took part in the freedom struggle, and I should narrate one incident, how he motivated the freedom struggle. When he went abroad and he formed the Indian National Army, and he brought all the soldiers from different countries to fight for our freedom. He went to Japan, he went to Burma, he went to Singapore, Malaysia, and he got some soldiers with him to fight for the freedom of our country. So, collecting all the soldiers, they were about to cross the border of our country. Then he stopped the soldiers from other countries and said, first 10 Indians who are with me, please cross the border. The other soldiers and the other fighters who accompanied him got angry. Bose ji, you said you have to fight for your freedom, and to help you, we are accompanying you. But why you are stopping when your border has come? Why you are asking only your 10 Indians to cross the border and followed by us? Then he said, the British are ruling the country. So when we cross the border, the Britishers won't keep quiet. They will shoot. If they shoot, definitely blood will spill in this motherland. So I want the first blood which is spilled in the land of my mother country is from the countrymen of my nation. So I want only the first Indians to cross the border. So this is the conviction and the courage by which Subhas Chandra Bose fought for our freedom. So as he said, the recognition for him. So only our Honorable Prime Minister recently inaugurated his statue at the India Gate to honor him and honor his commitment towards the freedom fight. And I'm really very happy. So the coining that name itself has been very successful, and it will be a motivation for the youngsters who are studying in this college, university. And apart from that, sports, this indoor stadium definitely will motivate the students, and as he said, it has motivated even the faculty. And Olympic, we have to take part in Olympics, we have to take part in the Asian Games, we have to take part in all the games. But I am very happy recently, we are having our identification in the Olympics. Previously, in one article I read, why these people from India, few years back, people are going and not getting any cup, not getting any medal from the foreign countries where they go for Olympics. Then one person commented, because they are all Swadeshi lovers, so they didn't want the medals from the abroad, foreign countries, they didn't want the abroad cups, so they are returning with Swadeshi mindset, so they want only the Indian medals. That's in a lighter sense it was said. But now we are with the commitment of our Honorable Prime Minister and the Sports Minister and all the university heads and Vice Chancellors like Gurpreet Singh Ji. So the children are motivated, the youngsters are motivated, and now we are gaining more gold, silver medals. So I really appreciate the indoor stadium inauguration, and I should say that this inauguration will motivate the students not only to take part in the education but also to take part in the sports activity, because that is the need of the hour. Particularly during the pandemic, we know how to maintenance of our body and health helps to improve the immunity. So mostly after the pandemic, the pattern of education is almost changed. The pattern of activities have almost changed. But now the building the body and building the immunity is mandatory. So it will be very helpful, and I thank the organizers and the university faculty for inviting me for this program, and I thought I could give some more time, because first of all I apologize for coming little late, because our Honorable Chief Minister visited the Rajanivas and we donated some ambulances so that it will be helpful to the people from the peripheral areas. So it was little delayed, so I apologize for that delay. But anyhow, I wanted to have this program at the earliest, because I thought during my next visit I can inaugurate, but day delayed will delay the benefit for the students. So I am very happy to inaugurate this sports complex, particularly the indoor stadium, and I appeal all the students to make use of this opportunity, and I appeal all the faculty to encourage them, because during our school days, when we say to our madam teacher, I want to go and play, first sit and study, you can play later. But Bharati, or lauding, who lived in this land for more than 10 years during the freedom struggles, told, Odi vilayadu papa, நீ ஓய்ந்திருக்கலாகாது பாப்பா. ஆக you have to play. அது காலை எழுந்தவுடன் பிடிப்பு, பின்பு மாலை முழுவதும் விளையாட்டு. இதுதான், like this we are not telling, oh sit, study, like that we are telling. But he very liberally made the students to be very happy and to feel happy, saying that you can study in the early morning and the whole evening you can play. So please encourage the students not only to study but also to play, so that they can fetch medals and cups, even not only in the national tournaments, in the international tournaments. Not only as a doctor I can say, playing also improves our immunity, our muscle power and our strength, immune strength of our body, which is needed for, particularly we may face more pandemics, and I appeal the university to be more cautious and to alert the students and to follow all the COVID precautions. And I'm really very happy to meet you all and to inaugurate this stadium, and I appeal the students to make use of this opportunity and be very successful in your studies as well as in your sports activities. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Ma'am, for a very informative and enriching speech. And what you said about Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose is absolutely true. It's true that the sweat and blood sacrificed by Netaji for our nation, Mother India, is recorded forever in the corridors of the majestic history of India. And your opinion and thoughts about health being a primary concern is also very relevant post-COVID. And I'm sure this small endeavor will go a long way towards that. And on a personal note, I would say when I heard you talking in Tamil, I was really inspired to learn Tamil myself. And I'm sure I'll make an effort on that. So, going ahead, I would now request our respected registrar, Professor Amaresh Samantrai, to propose a word of thanks.
Honorable Lieutenant Governor, Madam Dr. Tamil Sai Rajan, Honorable Vice Chancellor, respected directors, distinguished guest of the dais, Finance Officer Professor Laja, Control of Examination Mr. Swami, Mr. Vijay Kumar Librarian, respected deans, HODs, faculty colleagues, officers, staff, good afternoon to all of you. I am very glad I am entrusted with this pleasant responsibility of placing vote of thanks for today's program. To begin with, Madam, with your kind presence, we are very encouraged and we are very thankful to you for giving your valuable time and inaugurating our indoor stadium, Netaji Subhas Bose Stadium today. We are thankful to Professor Gurmeet Singh Ji, our Honorable Vice Chancellor. Of course, he is head of the family, but then for the university, then he has led us, and he has taken personal care on many minute things related to this stadium. There are several things, I'll not go to details of that, but he has taken personal care so that we come up with a very good facility for the university community in this regard. We are thankful to both our directors, Professor Balkrishnan and Professor Rajiv Jain ji, for their valuable time. And we are also thankful to all our statutory officers, FO, librarian, control of examination, all the respected deans, HODs, faculty colleagues, officers and staff for your time and making this inaugural function successful. And perhaps I'll not do justice if I'll not put our sincere thanks to our entire university administration, various sections of university engineering wing and state police department, our university administration for their, of course, the PMC and the contractor for their hard efforts. First of all, in putting this structure and then making this inauguration function successful. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. It has indeed been a very auspicious and memorable day for our university. And I'm sure many more such days to come under the guidance and leadership of our respected Vice Chancellor and support from our Honorable Chief Guest. I thank all of you for your gracious presence at this event and also making it a huge success. And I would like to extend a special congratulations to the Physical Education Department for having this another feather in their flock, and I hope they can do great things here. And I request everyone to rise for the national anthem.